the application of fluid principle. So it falls under individual assignment. So objective of the assignment is to study fluid principle concept by creating an experiment. This is for you to know only because you are not submitting it urgently, right? It is end of semester. Okay. For those who have finished the tutorial, okay, you can research on the fluid principle. So objective is to propose a model or prototype of application of fluid principle by using simple household object or items purchased from hardware or hobby stores, and to demonstrate the proposed model, and it must be created solely by the student. So after that, these are the tasks to be done. Okay, first is the report. After that, explain the chosen fluid principle in form of statement and mathematical form. So there is a formula which you can choose from several principle of fluid principle. Okay. After that, propose a simple model which demonstrates the physical principle of the application. So from the video just now, the student have construct a pipings with joining to the lab tap. Okay. And then when he wants,
Miss, you are muted.
okay, so when he wants to demonstrate, last time you can go to the one. Okay, so in APU's lab, there is a workshop downstairs. Okay, at the parking area, there's a workshop. Sound quality is bad. Okay, so student need to come and bring their model, whatever. If got pipe, pipe. If got tank, tank. Okay, they need to bring. And then to demonstrate their model. Model is like a prototype that you make. You can use Tupperware, you can use any container. Okay, depend which one you want. Okay. After that, explain the step which need to be taken to complete the fluid principle. So step is like you are making the lab experiment. So lab experiment you have number one is gather all the components needed, like with a list. Okay, there is a list of component needed. In the video just now, it can be pipes, it can be a different size of pipe also. Okay. After that, explanation in the steps, you cannot use present tense. Okay, all the explanation must be past tense. Okay, because you have been doing it in your house, you have constructed. So for example, there are 5 items to be prepared in doing this experiment. Okay, then what are the items? Okay, after that you have explained all the steps. For example, the pipe has been opened to show the flowing of the liquid. Okay, simple. Then after that, report.
Miss, you are muted.
Yeah, I don't know who muted me. Okay, so in your report, you must have a table. Table, for example, test number 1, what is the reading? Reading cannot be simply put reading. You must have a fact, a formula that you follow. For example, the formula have 3 parameters, then you need to put 3 different parameters, the changes, then what happened. Okay. So after that presentation, 10 minutes presentation of your work is to be presented by Microsoft Teams. Demonstrated the model which you have designed using the required medium in front of your class. Okay. So this will be in future, about 2 weeks before we finish the semester. Okay, but along the semester, you can start finding the... Okay, along the semester, you try to find the material. Okay, let's look at the marking scheme. Not this one. Wait,
Hello, ma'am. You will teach
Yeah.
us how to make this.
Huh?
You will teach us how to make this.
Yes, yes. Wait. Okay, so in the marking scheme, this will guide you in making the report. So component 10% of the marks will be from introduction. Okay, so actually your assignment, how many percent you know, right? Already 20%. Okay, 15% from quiz 1, 15% from quiz 2, and then 20% from assignment. Okay, so this actually, when you see 10% here, it will be 10 per 100. Finally, multiply with 20 because 20% only. Okay. So, for the introduction, if you want to fall under distinction, which is between 8 to 10 marks, so you will be doing reported introduction is very well written with full background of the assignment. Okay. So, for example, you are making Pascal principle. So you need to talk something about Pascal in the introduction also. Okay. Don't talk about other principle like Bernoulli, Archimedes. All these under fluid principle. But when you have chosen to use Pascal, okay, don't talk about something else in this introduction. Okay. Next is to do the explanation. Explain the chosen fluid principle. Okay, for example, you are under distinction. Explain excellent basic information and the use of fluid principle. Okay, basic information should have, for example, weight. Okay, how much is the weight used? How much is the distance? Depends. Okay, depends on which value used. Okay. After that, propose simple model which demonstrate the physical principle. So, if you want to fall under credit, proposed model are supported by scientific principle. Okay. So, scientific principle is what? Okay, for example, wait, I show you. Um, wait. Okay, for example, you are using Archimedes principle, which when you put an object inside a container with a water, then there is a force from bottom and also force from top. So involve a buoyant force. So whatever in this formula, you must explain in the report also. Okay, that is simple. Okay, for example, you have all this formula where you want to put this pressure, where you count it. Okay, then you have A. A is area. What area? Area of the container. If your container is cylindrical size, then you must have the formula of this area multiply with this height, right? Okay, if your container is square, different. Rectangular, different also. Okay, so whatever in the formula that you want to use, you must show in the report. Okay, so that is the proposed model. Okay, proposed model are supported by scientific principle. Okay, scientific principle is with the formula. Okay, your formula, for example, P equal to rho GD, for example, but you don't have all these items. D don't have, rho don't have, all don't have, cannot. Okay. So if you want to fall under distinction, it will be explanation as supported by scientific principle and link between the two is well established. Okay. So link between the two is you link the model that you make with the formula. Okay. Explain the steps for the experiment, 20%. So, explain steps given for the experiment are good. Okay, for example. Okay. Okay, after that, report the result. Report must be in table, cannot in a paragraph form. Okay, cannot in paragraph form. Report must be in table. For example, something like this. Okay, number of coins, gravitational force, mass of coins, and then weight of coins. Okay, this is sample of data for your result. Okay, result is a lot. The marks is 15%. Okay. For example, a good result will have a formula also. See, for example, mass of water and container minus mass of container. Then get the value. After that, weight of water displaced multiply with the mass with the 9.81. Okay, then you get the result. Okay, so normally from calculation is one value. Then from experiment you get another value, different value. Cannot perfect 100% because experiment might have some mistake or got some distortion. Okay. After the report is the complete of the analysis of the experiment. How normally people do analysis? Who know? How normally people do analysis? From the data of the table, Table just now, right? In the report, from the table result, what we do with it? We will make a graph. Then from the graph, or we call it characteristics, we will do the analysis. Analysis, how to do? For example, after monitoring the graph, we have found out that water can be saved by this. For example, so we must have a conclusion after we make the graph. Okay. For example, graph. Okay, for example, graph is weight of water displaced and buoyant force against volume of water displaced. This is for the Archimedes principle. So from the data just now, you can also include it in Excel, and then there is an automatically, you know, right, how to make the data, the graph from the Excel. Okay, if you don't know, we will do that in one of the classes later. Okay. The graph can be automatically generated from the Excel, not you draw, you know. Later you draw also wrong scale. Okay. Wait ah. Okay. Okay, other graph can be like this. Work done by string against force exerted by string. Okay, so the graph generated is also from the Excel. Okay, after that, calculation. Okay, for example, the result is like this. Okay, result is in table form, right? Total mass of load, force acting, and then cross-sectional area, and then pressure. So, to get this value, all this, I mean the last column. To get the last column, the pressure, okay, how to calculate? By using this formula. Okay, F divided by A. F divided by A, you get the pressure. Okay. So, on top of the value in the table, okay, to get more marks, you must show the calculation. Type it using equation, Microsoft equation. Okay, type it. Okay, all your result here is also shown from where you get that result. This is by using calculation. These two result from the real experiment. Okay, from the experiment, okay, the A cannot change. Okay, only the force can change. Okay, how the force change? By using the mass. You put different mass, you will count the force. Okay, for example, F equal to mg. So, M is this, G is 9.81. So, you get this. Okay, so this is sample. Okay, after the analysis is done, then the conclusion. After that, presentation. Okay, presentation give you a lot of mark, 20%. But this 20% later times with 20 also. So, Demonstrated excellent presentation, model and excellent student commitment with the clear understanding of the work. If you want to fall under this category, you must be prepared for the presentation. Okay. As a backup, please take a video. Ask your brothers, sisters or mothers to take a video when you are demonstrating the thing. In case, this have happened before. In case during the demonstration day, suddenly your model cannot work. Okay, I also don't know. Okay, suddenly the pipe broken or what, so as a backup, take a video. The video must have your face in it. Okay, I don't want you to take from online or whatsoever. The video is not, you are not the one who do it. So video must be done by you with your face inside it. Okay, your face last few seconds also, never mind. The rest maybe is your hand, right, to hold the thing. Okay, to show that it is you who do the report. Do the experiment. Okay. Sample of model. This one quite complicated one. Sample of a model, student use cardboard and also the syringe.
Miss, you're lagging. Miss,
Hello guys, Samu. I think the teacher.
left the meeting.
Guys, can you please, the one who was muting?
I think it's Teams. I think it's a Teams. Remember the
No,
bug we had?
no, it's not Teams. My laptop showing me that someone is muting.
Or maybe it's a control button set by someone is muting.
Guys,
Some
question 7, that atomic structure thing, the nucleus need to write proton and neutron number or just write the symbol of the element? Anybody helpful?
I don't
Question
know.
7.
I don't
You
proton
sure?
and neutron.
You sure someone will be so annoying, man, to keep muting? I think it's Teams or something.
For number 7, tutorial question number 7, sketch the element.
guys, do we need to do the questions now?
Pritakan, I wrote the proton and neutron
Yeah,
for the
okay.
nucleus.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Welcome. And yeah, Lala, we have to do not everything. I think it's
I-
just one,
You have to
two.
do
I think
question
I think 1, 2, 3,
7.
and 7. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 7.
And do we need it? Do we have to do it now so we
Yes.
can?
I mean, she said we are supposed to do it now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So let me start on.
I'm not sure why she is teaching the individual assignment or something, but I'm not sure what's that. But I thought we haven't. I feel like we haven't learned the formulas in there or something like the pressure or something.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not sure why she's teaching that. Maybe she
Yes.
doesn't let us know about the assignment, but
Yeah, maybe
I
because
think
like she wants us to do a tutorial, but some of you finish it already. Then she's like, since some finish, some doing, she tells about the assignment while we doing it.
But most of us didn't finish also.
Not
Yeah
too
lah.
sure.
I don't know, man.
Do and listen, maybe. I mean, I'm doing it.
Forgotten about this thing.
I know. I feel like she almost disconnects and lags almost every class. Then she just
Wi-Fi
suddenly
cut.
suddenly leaves the
so
meeting.
bad, yeah. Trying to find.
Wait, I forgot the recording has started. And she listened to the recording.
Oh,
You
no.
guys want to discuss the questions? I feel like we should discuss the questions. We haven't finished learning properly, like the tutorial questions.
Yeah, we can discuss.
Alright. You tell her later lah.
I think the question 2 in our class, we have learned isotopes and valency electron. I'm not sure why it's called valence electron, but I remember the name was valency electron or something. So by the class itself, you should be able to do 137. For number 2, I think you only know atomic number. If you only learn before the class.
Valence, isn't it valence electron? I've learned valence electron.
I mean, for Malaysian students, I'm pretty sure we learn valence electron in
Yeah.
for 5 chemistry.
Yeah.
I mean, IGR, I think
S-
they call it
SPM
valency. I think they call it valency electron. Maybe just
SPM is
that.
valence.
For us, it's valence. Oh, and teacher enter back AD, guys.
Okay.
Sorry, I rejoined just now. Call drop.
It's okay, miss.
So you can understand already the style of the assignment?
It's basically about doing an experiment,
Yeah.
making report analysis and conclusion, and do presentation.
Yeah, basically not so difficult. So only because many shops are closed at this time, so if it takes time for you to order, better you order from now. I know I haven't put the question yet because need some signature. But then I have shown you the basic thing of what to do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the question I can put in the team first. The question and the marking scheme I can put in the team. But I cannot put in the Moodle for you to submit. And after got signed, then only can. But actually it's the same as this. Because we only have one learning outcome for the assignment. If we have, for example, explain the application of any principle that you learn, then can be fluid, can be solid. So in that case, we can change from one semester to another. But since it is limit to fluid principle, so it is the same actually. Because it is open-ended. Open-ended means we don't restrict. Certain lecturer will restrict only can do Archimedes, cannot do Pascal, cannot do Bernoulli. Okay, for me, I don't restrict. Later, I also bought to see the same thing for the whole class. So, I don't restrict you. You can do any of the fluid principle. There are one of the student last time, he do the, what is it called? To make the tire go up for the car. What is it called?
Hydraulic jack.
Hydraulic jack. So he used his father's car, but he is in a way he is not really making the model, right? But he is doing the experiment with the real car. So that is okay also. As long as you know how to explain it. But he need to measure the height. At what pressure, at what height. The car can be pushed up. Okay. If you are more expert, you can make water fountain. The pump for the ponds, and so on. Anything which have water. Okay.
Miss, this is for individual assignment or is it the final exam?
Individual assignment.
Oh.
Yeah. Exam have all this. Fluid, solid, oscillation, wave, temperature and heat. Fluid tested again in exam. So if you are you have studied very detailed about fluid because you want to do your assignment. So when you go for final, it will be easy already for you because it is in your mind already, right? Everything.
Miss, just asking, the final exam is a written exam or also
Oh, I don't
experiment?
share screen. Sorry. What you mean?
The final exam, is it a written exam or is it experiments also?
Oh, written. Final exam. Yeah, written. We only have one assignment which you need to use this model. Okay. I will try to open again this video. I don't know how I cannot. No, this one FYP.
Miss, after this, can we discuss the tutorial questions?
I'm supposed to wait for your answer.
Like we have to hand in first.
Yeah, you have to hand it next week only.
We
I
discuss.
can show, yeah.
Okay.
So, anyone have submitted? Not yet, right?
I just finished now submitting.
Oh, submitting already?
Now, it's question 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 7. Yes.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, and 7 only. Wait, I'm trying to open also this file. Okay, this is another sample. Not so nice. Okay. So a model same as figure A is prepared. Okay, this is figure A. Okay. So all must be past tense, the procedure or the steps. Diameters of tube A and tube B are measured and divided by 2 to get the radius. The cross-sectional area A is calculated by A equal to pi r to the power of 2. Okay, so you have to measure the diameter of tube A and tube B. So this is tube. Water is poured into the model. The height or depth of water level in model is measured. The height or depth of water level in tube B is measured after the piston is pushed down in tube A. Okay. But the piston not so clear, right, in the picture. Correct or not? Okay, so if not clear, difficult for people to read and understand because picture also not labeled. Okay. So don't fall under that category.
Hi, Miss.
Yes.
So the prototype, right? We have to do it ourselves. Then we have to show the presentation, right? We have to present it
Yeah.
to make sure it works, right?
Yes.
And then also have to do documentation, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. Sample of the content. Acknowledgement, table of content. Then under content, you have introduction, Pascal principle, scientific principle, application, methodology and result, discussion and conclusion. Okay. For example, the student is doing the Pascal principle. Piston in hydraulic system are the same height. Okay, so after explanation, this can be used in where? Application can be in the elevator. Okay, in the elevator, but difficult for you to use elevator as the model. Then, okay. Under methodology and result. So, material and apparatus use, you list down. Okay, it is better not to use point form like this. You should use ABC or Roman number. Okay, to make it more professional. Okay. After that, the procedure. Also use this ice cream stick. Because maybe she want to get a higher mark, so she need to make a more complicated model. So after she make the model, it looks like this. The structure of the ice cream stick. And then there are label which is easy for people to understand. When they see, they know where is the hole mentioned. Okay, for example, here got figure 4, figure 10. Here also figure 10. So this step is repeated until the left side and right side of the top part of the left side and right side. Why got double? See. Are attached with the one whole ice cream. Okay. With the one whole ice cream stick. So here want to show one whole ice cream stick. But also not sure where's the hole, right? From this arrow. This is more better. Cardboards. And then another cardboards here. Here got one cardboard up here. So this experiment don't use water. But it is in the Pascal principle. Use this one. Okay, model with string A and string B. Okay, when you see this, you will be easily to understand. This is syringe B, this is the colored water, and this is syringe A. Okay, also have figure number with the title. Figure number must have title next to it. Okay. After that, result and calculation also very detailed, you see. Very detailed. All the formula is inside the table. Just now one not right. Just now one, the final result is in the table, but the formula, the rest are in the outside the table also can. See, very a lot of data. There are some students who give just three row. Okay, minimum 5. 3 row not acceptable. See how many pages the data. This shows the good effort of the student. Then how I reduce the marks, right? Okay, can reduce a bit only because she have followed all the criteria needed in the marking scheme. So for you also do the same thing. Okay, then come with the analysis. This is the graph. Okay, the graph. And then explain about the graph. Okay, explain about the graph. After that, conclusion. Conclusion also got many lines. Okay, depend on the marking scheme. If marking scheme conclusion don't have marks, then no need many lines. But some they have marks, so refer to the marking scheme. That seems complicated. Depend how complicated you want to make it. This is sample. Okay. There are some with a very simple also. Not everything is as complicated as that. Okay, for example.
Miss, must it be 2,000 words?
No.
Okay. That's 2,000 words.
Pages. Up to you lah. Pages. Wait I show a week one. A week report. Okay, for example. This is a figure. But there is no figure number, there is no name or title of it. Okay, then there is another picture also, but no title, no figure. Okay. Spring balance, this one. It can carry a maximum of 50. See, very far this wording from this picture. This one, overflow vessel, which is the most important ingredient in this experiment. Not ingredient, this is what? Components.
Apparatus.
Apparatus. Ingredient not suitable. Okay. This one, this is a beaker. I'm not sure in Daiso have or not. This small one. This will be used in overflow vessel. You can find maybe in the DIY or hardware shop. But since now it's closed, you try to search in Shopee or Lazada. Okay, but maybe at the moment you research about the thing only. Okay, then for the method procedure, you see, material apparatus. In my experiment, I need a spring balance, overflow vessel, beaker, beam balance, jug and potato. You cannot use the word I or we in report. Okay. Then you have so many material here. Why you don't put in this? You go to this. Easy only. Use this. Automatic the thing go there. No. This lah. You need to enter first, right? Then go to home. Go to this. Then choose this. Any of this. So don't make comma like this. Not so professional. Not school time. You are in university level already. Next is the procedure also. See this one dot. This supposed to be 6, 6.1, 6.2. Okay, then looks more professional. Then this one. Take some water in the jug. Connect the overflow vessel with a beaker. These are all present tense. Cannot. Experiment already passed. You already do, then only you make the report. So report must be in past tense. All these must be passive voice. This one all active voice. Pour the overflow vessel fully by water of the jug. Put the displaced fluid in the jug. Tie the potato with a rope. Okay, the most important thing which is not included in this report is the whole picture not there. This one is the each picture. Each item, right? Each item is there. But the combination of the model picture not in this report. This is a bad report assignment. Don't follow this style. Then you see this result. Suddenly like this. Like last minute job, right? Okay, don't do something like this. Suddenly like this. Okay. But can get marks for formula, but not a detailed one. Not a, what you say? Not in a proper way. Put in table nicely or what. Okay, don't have formula number 1, formula number 2 or what also don't have. Okay, then discussion. This can be an exhibit of Archimedes' rule, which state that when an object is submerged in a liquid, it clearly loses weight, and the clear misfortune is broken even with a weight of the liquid unprooted by the protest. Okay. But not so good because during the discussion, no picture, nothing, no figure to refer. Okay, Archimedes should be capital letter because it's a name. You make sure you install this. Grammarly software. Okay, Grammarly is a free software. Okay, see if I open. Many mistake later you can see from here. So, for any of other subject report also, you can use this Grammarly. After you install in Google, you need to include in Word also. Then only the thing will be there. Okay. So, for example, discussion here, protest. Protest, move a space. Then when you click this automatically, they automatic do it for you. Remove the phrase. Okay. So, not so good. So, delete. Discussion, add an article. So, in discussion, in the discussion, just add the. Then when you click this, automatically there. So, your English will be perfect if you use this. Okay. Then Archimedes, change the capitalization. You click this, automatically change. unusual. Add an article. Click there.
Miss, you're muted.
Okay. So you understand, right? You install this Grammarly before you submit to me. See, in the assignment, I collected data. Put comma here, right? You click, they correct for you. So you save time. At the same time, you can learn. Change the wording. I will try my level best to upgrade my thoughts in the near future. Change the wording. My thoughts shortly or soon. I think level best also like not so, the sound not so nice, right? My level best. My very best is still okay. Contrastingly. Contrastingly, if an object has a bigger density than that liquid, it would sink into that liquid. If your condominium have swimming pool, you can do experiment at the swimming pool also. Nowadays, during COVID, no one is there, right? Contrasting, change proposition. In contrastingly, okay, like this, maybe it is correct also. Has a smaller density. No need also can. But because this Grammarly is a perfect grammar, so it is better to add a. Okay. Okay. So how many already submit while I talk? In the, wait, I check. 6 submitted already. Your class, is it true got 15 students? Correct 15. But in class like less only. $14. Okay. Actually, I want to show the video but cannot open. Okay, anything want to ask? So for the tutorial 1, I can check how many already submitted 6. Okay, then view all submission. Tonight is the last day, last to submit, okay? Oh, this is big view. So from here, I can see Tong submit, Sultan Ranja, Samuel, next page.
Miss, when is the deadline for submission this?
Tonight, 11:59.
Okay.
Lim Jin Yan, Excel link, Kritakon. Okay. So the rest, I will see your submission. Then only I will update the today's attendance. Okay, for tutorial, I will be more strict than the lectures. Lecture you can scan. Okay, class?
Okay, miss.
Miss, I think you are muted.
Is it student who muted me? Can I use the drawing tablet to submit? Oh, can.
Ma'am, we have to do the selected questions.
Selected question 1, 2, 3 and 7 only.
3 and 7.
Yeah.
Then we'll submit, then you can mark an attendance.
Attendance for those who have submitted, I will mark the attendance.
Ma'am, can I submit it by 11:59 because I will having an internet issue.
Before 12.
Yes, I will try to submit before
Yeah,
12.
can. Tomorrow only I will see the student name and update your attendance.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, this is another sample. Simple experiment design. Container, just use other object to hold the first container. Why need to use this? Because he want to pour this water inside this container. Okay. The design for this experiment is not very manufactured greatly due to lack of items that are in my house and the public areas. I remind again, don't use I. If you really don't know, I replace with the author. Okay, replace I with the author. If not, you rephrase the sentence. Because public stores were shut down during MCO. But for it to get the experiment done, I have used personally daily life equipment to help create this design. For some students, they like to make a long sentence. Try to make some full stop and make another sentence, okay? This is very long. Even though with comma. In the figure 2, figure capital letter F. This one capital. Other items were used to stabilize the first container so that the maximum volume of water can be accurate. A small ledge and I to give leverage of the container so that when the water is spilled, it only goes towards that direction. So you see this water going to be pour into this. Okay. Application can be in for ships, submarine, hot air balloon and measurement of objects. So in the ship, most application of the stated Archimedes principle is when talking about the ship. Ships have steel as their foundation of outside shell. Ships usually have more than 100 tons. Okay, after whatsoever, even though ships is heavy, but it is not sinking, right? Because of the density of the water, the sea. Steel has more density ratio compared to water. Water only is wrong. This is sea. Sea water. Water only is different value. Okay, but because this is a picture of the ship, I know that This principle can also be applied when it comes to humans swimming underwater. When a person breathes in, they can stay afloat until they breathe out, causing them to sink slowly into the pool. This also helps prove that the force of the buoyancy is greater than gravitational pull. Okay, and then other application. Okay, next we look at the methodology. This one again, don't know why, use comma only. Don't use this. Use use this numbering. Okay, use numbering. Next procedure. The plastic container is supported by simple object from two opposite ends. Use the one more at the last corner to extend. See, don't understand. At the last corner to extend or give leverage. Okay, so make a better sentence. Tap water is filled into container using a bottle. The bottle acts as a transferring apparatus. Once the container is filled with water, let some of the water flow out to avoid any miscalculation. With the water gone, we now place the glass bowl on the lower slope of the container to collect the water when it gets displaced by object. This is the other container. This water drop to this. We now proceed to slowly put in the object into the water. When the object is filled in, we can see that water slowly pours out due to the displacement occurring. So inside the container just now, inside this, he will put certain object inside this. When he puts certain object, water will drop into the other container. Okay. Okay. With the glass bowl, we pour the remaining water into measuring bottle or beaker. Because you want to measure how much ml. Maybe your mother have the beaker for measuring things to make cakes. Okay. If you really don't have, maybe can use the mineral water. 1 ml or 1 liter, depend lah. Then you make your own scale but not so accurate. Okay. So with the millimeter that we have obtained, we use the calculation to find out how much the discharged water weight. By knowing that 1 liter equal to 1 kilo by relation of volume and the density of water. After finding the weight of the water, the remaining thing to do is for us to find the FB, buoyant force. We can find the buoyant force by using simple fact by Archimedes. The weight of the water displaced is equal to the same force of buoyancy of the object. Okay. Then the result very simple. Compared to just now, right? Compared to just now with formula and then how many pages, right? That one is A plus grade. This one, what I can see, maybe B. Okay, B or B plus, depend on other part. So formula is inserted also, but with no formula number. And then object A. Here got object A and object B. But in the picture, there is no object, right? In the picture just now. It's just the container with water inside it. Object A, object B, don't know how big. Okay. Only we can observe the video, then only we can know. So, as you read the report, you won't be opening the video at the same time, right? So, to ease the lecturer, second marker also won't be looking at the video unless she want me to share with her. Okay, normally I ask student to submit in Teams. Okay, submit the video in Teams in case the presentation cannot work on that day, the demonstration. Presentation all recorded already, I will record. But as a backup, better you send one video. Okay, in case the second marker want to see or I want to evaluate again. Okay. So, after object A and object B, water displays how much? And also volume of object. This one, from all this data, he have an average. Average of the object. Okay. So from the average, he calculate these two. Okay. After that, he will be having this graph. Okay. So, discussion. The test for object A and B were done multiple times for the result to be more accurate. After that, in the table, you can see, you also cannot use in report. Okay? You can use like this, the wordings. Table 1 indicates that, no need to use you and I, okay? In report cannot use. You can see the object A displays water less than object B. This can tell us that object B is denser, therefore heavier than object A. But finally also don't mention object A is what, object B is what. Okay, not mentioned. We are about to finish, Muhammad Saad. Okay, so then the conclusion. After that, reference. Finish. Okay. So you take your time before midnight. Okay, don't last minute. Even though I put 11:59, later at 11:45, many students will queue and upload. That time already hang, I don't know. Okay. This is not so serious since this is just tutorial, but for exam matters and all, you cannot do at 11 something. Okay, because many other assignment also is using the same server. Okay. Okay, that